I'm John Burns. We're a partner with the Big Innovation Centre. So this is both Impact Data Metrics and the Big Innovation Centre. What we want to say is that artificial intelligence, unsurprisingly, to no one's great surprise, it's beneficial because it can do things that people are not so good at in scale. So it can provide more complete, consistent, timely, explainable information to support decisions in almost any business. That's just simple. AI sounds like magic. We all know that. What does it do? It optimizes complex systems in ways that people would find difficulty doing. Really good at classification, labeling, impact. That's really a lot of what it does. It can do smarter numerical predictions with missing uncertain data. So it's pretty good at classical control theory when the data is crap. There's a lot of crap data out there. We all know about text mining and data mining. So basically what it does is it discovers obscure correlations in large bodies of data. And it does a lot of other stuff, which used to be called AI. In 10 years' time, we'll be talking about AI, and it will be completely different from what we're talking about today. It's basically a marketing label for the latest, really cool, smart stuff that we don't really quite understand yet. But at the end of the day, it does what we've always done in these engineering information. Just puts it into data, it turns it into information, turns it into knowledge, and hopefully at the end of the day, into wisdom. But I'm not holding my breath on that one. So we can see that we work with Big Data, and we try and provide her with data, socioeconomic data, which allows the macroeconomic analysis to be more meaningful. The data we have to deal with is really very poor. It's gappy, it's incomplete, it's mislabeled, and so the biggest use we can see right now is if we have perfect data, our life would be vastly easier. So the repurposing and classification of unstructured data, the mining the data, given the gappy nature of it, for indicators of regional status, what's really happening on the ground. Because again, if you can see what's happening, then you can make better decisions. There's nobody who's ever claimed that poorer data leads to better decisions. One thing we find very useful is gap analysis. We can do comparisons between regions and the rest of the world, between regions, and find out what regions aren't doing that they should be. That's really useful. And this is probably what we mainly use it for. We use it for improving the quality of our data. Something that we speculate on and we haven't done yet, but we think this has got potential is model shifts. We know how we expect the regions and the world to be behaving. If we can constantly track the data to see whether or not that is true, then we can spot when the models no longer hold. And we feel that's then extraordinarily useful going forward. Again, there's nothing surprising here. We know all of this. But basically, AI will replace existing activities where they're routine and predictable. It will make routine tasks better than people could. I think this highlights what the last speaker said, that it allows people who are doing skilled jobs that can't be replaced. It will allow them to be better at their job. So it will augment the top of the range and hollow out the bottom of the range in terms of skills. We all know about the convenience factor of it. Basically, it's a smart system. Fortunately, I don't think we have any intelligent systems. I think that's really good, because an intelligent system could decide what it wanted to do. What we do at the moment is we have smart systems which say, we tell them what to do, someone decides what they want to do, and then it works out the best way of doing it. So fortunately, no intelligent systems, but smart systems. And of course, the scale, and that again goes back to the NVIDIA point. You can process millions of images, whereas a person can only process hundreds in a day, maybe. Okay, and again, this is the issues. I don't buy the argument that it's all going to become simple and everybody will be able to do it. We have yet to see statisticians, signal processing, image processing reduced and automated so that anybody can walk in and just do it. I think that, and this is a personal opinion, I think that AI is an engineering discipline. It will require engineers to actually understand deeply what's going on. So we need to educate more engineers. We don't need more programmers, we need more smart engineers who of course will program, because programming is the way that engineers make things work these days, but we need more engineers. And we don't have the same class of schools in this country that we have in the US, so I think we probably need to invest deeper and more in better class of information engineering than we have at the moment. And of course, AI is not IT. We all know that. It's harder, deeper, more convoluted. It needs to be better. And this, again, coming back to what we find, we're trying to do this stuff. There's some damn good socioeconomic data out there, and there's a lot of very bad. Because it was basically never intended for what we're trying to use it for. It was entered for another purpose, probably for human consumption. The quality of the data is just not very good, and we spend most of our effort is turning data into something that we can use. To reiterate, if we have perfect data, then in many cases we wouldn't actually need AI. If we were to put any effort anywhere, it would be that national data repository with cleaned, validated data. And we find the access to knowledge is problematic. It's obligatory that universities have an institutional repository. If you actually try and access the institutional repositories of the universities, even in the UK, you'll find a good number of them are just not there, period. You can't find them if you look for them. But some of them are excellent, some of them just ain't wrong. And so this is an issue. It means you can't do a good skills map of the country. You can't find out who's done what where. Same issue with publication metadata, which is again supposed to be an assessment of what's going on the ground. The quality of the metadata is available is very fragmented, very poor. So basically we need to up our game. We're good. The UK is good with its public data. It's better than many other countries, but it's still not right at the top. Okay.
Thank you.
You gonna say something?
Yeah, I want to say something because what we were doing here,